Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 477. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the man that cannot see. It's Too Fresh Crash.
Hi.
Crash, why can't you see?
Where are you, Fix? I can't at all.
I'm in space.
I just looked at my light and now I literally can't see right with the way my sight is right now.
Crash.
Yeah.
Let's get the elephant out of the room, shall we? You
Broke
went
my
blind.
glasses.
Yeah, you put your glasses. There you go. Sorry.
Oh, I went blind. Is that what we're going to go with? That's my bad. I completely took the rug out of the whole bit.
You went blind. Because you broke your glasses.
Because I broke my glasses. Yeah, correct.
Okay, well, I don't want the audience to be freaked out by this. You do look like a completely different person.
I think I'm going to go contacts.
Oof. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Wow.
And of course, the one and only Mr. Paul Despawn, back from Gamescom.
Woo! What up, everyone?
You have hugged Matt P. Video. Mm-hmm. Which I find very funny that he decided, I saw he tweeted that today, a picture of like you guys hugging. And I thought, we've all been together. No one hugged me then.
No comment?
Oh, okay, fine. Well, if you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast. Big shout out to everyone who came through and watched mine and Crash's reaction stream. We ended up doing it. I'm back home. Despawn's back home. Crash is home. Matt P said he'd be here this week. I'll leave that with you. I'll leave that with you all. I don't want to turn the audience against Matt or anything, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'll leave that with you guys. I'll leave that with you all. All right, listeners. Once again, I mean, I got a flight in 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm here. Despawn got a flight in early yesterday. He's here. Crash went blind. He got bit by a snake on the eye. He's here. Matt, I don't know what his excuse is, but he's not here. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. If you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/MyXboxandMe and all podcast services. The rest of the rigmarole I don't care about this week. So we're going to talk about Gamescom. Gamescom has happened. We was there. Shout out Patreon producer Aaron God. Gamescom has happened. You was there, Despawn.
I was.
So this, before we get into, everything that was shown at Open Night Live, all of the other stuff that's come out since then, to hear from you, Despawn. This is your moment. Topic of the show is Despawn at Gamescom. You have been to a showcase that I have not been to. How was it?
Big. That is one big convention. No, it was awesome. Again, for those that don't know, I was there working the majority of it. So I work for Future, and I was working with the Future Game Show team, helping them produce their live shows over there. And yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of it, but what I did was awesome. It felt like an E3 to me. Like it was what I would imagine an E3 feels like. Yeah.
Speaking of E3.
It's an E3, but it feels like it is so like geared towards just being the best thing ever for a gamer. Like so many cool opportunities to check things out. Everything is well spaced out. But it felt packed, but not in the way that it's like, too overcrowded packed. It's like, it always felt like you could get into a booth and have a look around. And yeah, some of the things that were on show were amazing. Like the booths themselves were ridiculous. I haven't posted it because I've not finished editing stuff up yet, but I got a video of, it's one of the games I got to play, but we'll get into that properly. But the Dragonball Z Sparkling Zero booth had
Goku, right?
Gigantic Goku. Like I'm talking like 20 to 30 feet in the air Goku. And that wasn't even the biggest thing. Like the Assassin's Creed Shadow booth opposite it took up like what felt like half of what an EGX would be for one game.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's big. Like if you can get to Gamescom, if you're a games fan or you're a creator who wants to go out there, I would 100% recommend it.
I'm really annoyed because I put a tweet out being like, yo, how many of you guys got creator passes? And then I had a few people who messaged me like, yo, I didn't get a creator pass. I just came out. And I'm like, damn, I should have just went.
Yeah.
Like I should have just went. But, I was somewhere else. But I'm kind of disappointed because it did look, the Xbox booth looked absolutely humongous.
So this is where I'm the worst host. I didn't even get to the Xbox booth.
There you go.
That's how
You were-
insane it was. I was working. I was working.
I understand.
I got to the Goku booth, so that's enough.
You got to Goku, so Crash will be happy. He loves Goku.
Yeah.
BFFs.
Go, Goku.
Go, Goku.
It's like a Goku. It's like a go. You don't like Goku?
Goku's cool. I don't dislike Goku. I'm not gonna go crazy. Why would I go crazy over a statue?
Because it was 40 feet in the air.
Chris, you're becoming very grumpy in your old age. I hope you know that.
I don't think it's the old age.
I want to correct you real quick. I've been grumpy since the day I was born.
Good point. I'm sorry. I disrespected you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on.
That's on me. So what are we doing? Do you want to talk about what you've been playing, or should we go into the topic of the show and then do that? How do you want to do this, Despawn? How do you want to do this?
Oh, let's talk about a couple of things that I played. 'Cause I didn't get to play a lot, again, as I say, mainly because I was working for most of it. But as part of that working, I did get to check out a couple of games. I did get to see something. I know I can talk about them all now because, embargo, all that kind of stuff, all clear. But there is one specific one that I definitely want to talk about, which is I got hands on with Stalker 2. I got to play it. Boys, this is a special little game. It is gorgeous. It is scary. It is...
What? Sorry.
Go.
This is laughing at, Crash.
Is it a special little game?
It's a special little game.
It's a special little game. This is a little game. Yeah, I know. I said it a little bit, but no, it is a special game. Like, what I got to play, I think I got about, I want to say maybe half an hour with the game. So I got to check out like the first area, run around, do a couple of the missions in that, check out all the abilities and stuff with like not abilities, but got to check out like some of the equipment stuff that they introducing in the game, and just like some of the mechanics and stuff. Yeah, it is. First off, it is gorgeous. Like, the trailers do not do it justice. This game is taking full advantage of Unreal Engine 5, and it is looking amazing. Like, the lighting effects specifically. There is like one moment right near the beginning where you walk past a giant like exploded tower that's then kind of frozen in place, and there's like this beam of light coming out of it. It's hard to explain, but it looks insane. And then fighting the enemies, like, the enemies are so much more varied than the gameplay that we've seen so far shows. So you've got the typical, like, you've seen the wolves that kind of disappear when you shoot them and blow them up.
Yeah.
But then there's like humanoid enemies that will kind of like disappear in and out of shadows and try and attack you. There's kind of like anomalies that will pick up items around the world and use them as weapons and throw them at you. There is these like lightning balls that appear out of nowhere and attack you. There's all sorts of different like enemies in this and anomalies that kind of lean more into the horror side, which I didn't expect it to be as scary. Like, not scary, but like so much tension in the game as there is when you're actually getting hands-on. And yeah, it feels a little bit more like, gameplay-wise, a little bit more on the lines of like Tarkov than it does like a Fallout, which is what I think a lot of the trailers have been leaning to. Like, gunplay feels more realistic. Go on.
I see a lot of Metro.
I think
Is
there's
that
a
a
little
better
bit
comparison?
I think, yeah, Metro's probably somewhere between Tarkov and Metro. Like, the gunplay feels very realistic. So yeah, and there's a lot of like leaning around corners and things like that. Like they're leaning into like enemies and kind of like sneaking your way through areas rather than just going all guns blazing like a Metro or like say a Fallout. And yeah, it feels like there's a lot more kind of like mechanical elements to some of the missions, like having plant spikes and things like that. It is, like I say, it feels like they have got a really fleshed out fun game here. If you like that horror and tension, yeah, I am like, after already playing half an hour of it, this is like it's an Xbox Game Pass game, so it was going to be a must play anyway. But just on the gameplay alone, this is 100% a must play for me when this launches. Like, it's going to be a day one for sure.
Okay. What else you been playing then? Because you'll be the one who's been playing everything. Let's be honest.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. I played 2 more games. I'll talk about the one that I don't really want to talk about too much because I didn't really care about it. But that was Dragonball Sparkling Zero. It's not my kind of game.
Wow.
It just isn't.
Wow.
It's like,
Wow, I can't believe that.
really?
At first you were all up on Goku and now you're disrespecting his game. That's actually way more disrespectful than what I did. That's crazy.
Wait, I am here for 40-foot Goku. I'm not here for Goku game. That's all I'll say. But no, like, if we're being honest and like serious for a second, I know it's a rarity around here, but yeah, it is probably the best looking Dragon Ball Z game, which is unsurprising. It plays like any other kind of like 3D fighting games, but it just it looks better. It's smoother. It's faster. All the bells and whistles that you expect from a Dragon Ball Z game, but it's not my kind of fighting game. I'm not a massive fighting game fan in general. I'm more lean towards the 2D fighting games, and this just isn't for me. But for those who love this kind of game and those who have been excited about this one coming back, like I think you're going to be impressed by this one. I managed to get like 2 matches in with it. And yeah, it feels like it's a nice element of like, it's like 3-on-1 kind of fighting. I don't know what the other games are like because again, not my kind of game, so I'm not been used to them. But it is very much you pick your team of 3, go up against like one of the classic fights in the anime series. So there was one where I went up against Vegeta. I think there's you got usuals like Cells and things like that, and it was fun. But again, like I said, just not for me personally.
Fair enough.
And then the last one, which is not one I got to play, but I did get to see, which. This one, Fix, I think you're going to be excited for, specifically. Ooh,
What is it?
So I got to check out a game called Directive 8020. You might not know the name. You might have seen the trailer in the opening night live, but this is the brand new game from Supermassive Games. The team behind Dark Pictures. So this is their basically continuation or the next story in the trilogy, or the new trilogy for the Dark Pictures anthology. So it's basically the way that they described it in the presentation was very much the Thing in deep space.
Yeah.
Which, this is 100% that. I think the thing that'll excite you the most is this plays, the way that they're describing it and what they showed, it seems to play like Resident Evil 2 Remake so it's like over-the-shoulder camera angles, like full control of the character nowadays.
Yeah.
Rather than it being those kind of like set scenes that the previous Dark Pictures games were based around. So it fully plays like a survival horror game now. But it also has all those branching stories. So you could your characters could die, full on die. The enemies are like, I don't know if they talked about. I think again they said nothing's embargoed, so it's fine. But yeah, you can't kill the enemies. You can survive the enemies, but like, and you can slow them down. But it's like they fully lean into that. Like it is a survival horror, so you are trying to survive, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no kind of like full on Resident Evil like fighting thing. But yeah,
To be honest, that's kind of like most Dark Picture games. To be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, the person chasing you can't really kill.
Yeah.
It's very much you're pulling a door in front of them, right? Or you might have a gun and you shoot them to slow them down, but you're not necessarily trying to kill per se. So yeah. So it sounds interesting though, like the whole over the shoulder and it playing more like a third person survival horror game.
I did make notes. Let me see if I can find the notes. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. So they said like so for those who don't know, it is the main actress or one of the main actresses from the Marvels. Lashana Lynch is the first main character that they've announced. She did a fantastic job in the cutscenes that I saw. Big influences, Alien, Event Horizon, and The Thing. So it's up to 5-player co-op, so similar to like some of the previous ones where you can like obviously. But previously you could like hand off the controller to play local co-op. This is going to be like fully online now, so you can we could. So I'm just saying. My Xbox and me play for a Directive 8020 could happen.
That'd be fun. But the only issue with that is you want to see everyone's perspective, don't you?
Well, no, because it takes it in turns. So it's like the
it
previous
still
ones.
takes it. Oh, okay,
yeah, so
got
you
ya,
basically take control of a particular character.
Yeah.
So say like character 1 will be Fix, character 2 will be me, and if they die, you just kind of take control of one of the other characters.
Someone else.
Yeah.
I got you.
You just play through it as that, or everyone dies in the first scene and it's over. Who knows? But yeah, no, it looks like super. Like again, I was not familiar with this game before it got shown to me, and now it's like a must play again for me. Like it's survival horror, loads of branching storylines. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. It looks gorgeous as well. Like what we've seen of it looks absolutely amazing. But yeah,
it's a weird one with me because like I didn't love their last game. I think it was the last one. Might be the one before actually.
Was it the Quarry? Was the last one?
No, I loved the Quarry. So it was sorry. So then I didn't like the last.
Was it the?
It was Little Hope. I think it was Little Hope.
Well, I think
Is
the
it
last.
Little Hope? No, the other one.
It's the camping one, wasn't it?
No, not the camping one. I loved the Quarry. The Quarry was,
that was
a
the
lot
Quarry.
of fun. That was the Quarry. Quarry
think
was amazing. It's the one that had Ashley Tisdale in. I didn't love that
If
one.
you're talking
yeah, I
about
know the one you did that.
if you're talking about the Dark Pictures one specifically, I think the last one in that series was Devil in Me.
No. House of Ashes.
Oh, okay,
That's the one I didn't like.
That was the first one. Oh no, it was the third
No,
one. Yeah.
Man of Medan first, Little Hope second, then it was House of Ashes.
Yeah.
House of Ashes was the one I didn't love.
Get on with. Okay.
But then I liked the Quarry after that. So yeah, no, I'm looking. Don't get me wrong, I play them all, so it's not like no big surprise there. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out. If with you saying that they've changed the entire camera, the way they do camera, because yeah, usually you're right. It's very much set piece. You walk around, then it turns into a cutscene, and then you start doing everything. So yeah, that is going to add like a whole new layer to the game, which is really cool.
Yeah, like you can see bits of it in the trailer they've shown, but the extended like gameplay for it, like you can. Yeah, so it is very much about using the environment to kind of like cause distractions and sneak through paths, and then you get to like branching choices, so you can go one way or the other, and it can lead to either it could lead to an enemy jumping out at you, or it could lead to like another story section, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I am very excited about what they showed, and I can't wait to see more of it. They did say, I think they gave us a day. Didn't give us any dates. I don't think. I think it's next year.
Right? It's next year.
It's next year. The one thing I would say, the deaths in this game.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they there was a point at the end of the presentation because they were doing a live gameplay demo, and it was very much a case of, do you want to see the person live or die? Put your hands up.
Scream die.
Everyone just put their hands up for death. And yeah, the death was, oh man. Let's just say they got their chest ripped out and half a skull left. It was gory, and you saw it in full effect. But yeah, no, they did an amazing job with this. Yeah, I can't wait to see more in the future.
Fair enough. All right, let's go. That's all you played, right?
That's literally everything I got a chance to play, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Opening Night Live did happen. So let's go through everything that was revealed. Crash has put together a whole thing for us. Starting off with Borderlands 4 was revealed. I am very excited. I'm a big Borderlands fan. Always have been. Didn't expect this. I have to be totally honest. Maybe we should take a step back. Let's take a step back really quickly. Chris, what did you rate the show overall?
Overall, I think I would put it at like a 6 to 7, somewhere like around that range.
Okay. Despawn, did you end up watching the show at all? Or?
I did. I skipped through some of the bits near the end just to kind of like, those kind of transition points and stuff. But I watched all of it stupidly on the first night. So got in at 11, watched it till like 1:30 in the morning, then went to work the next day.
Yeah, probably not the smartest decision, but hey, you're an adult. You do what you want, mate. You do what you want.
But no, I mean, yeah, I kind of lean into what Koresh was saying. Like 6 or 7 feels about right for me. I thought there was some good things in there, but a lot of stuff that just did not care about.
Yeah, I went with a 7 overall. There was enough touchstones for me throughout the entire show that I really enjoyed. I did see a lot of people talking online about how the pacing was poor. And it could have been a case of I was on a holiday, so I didn't really give two craps, and I knew like it was 2 hours long. But I didn't think it was paced that badly. Chris, did you disagree?
I could see why somebody would say it's paced poorly because of how long it is, right? It was a very lengthy showcase, coming off of Summer Games Fest as well. I feel like there was a lot of not as big games, or games that just went on a little bit too long. A couple of portions towards the end where the problem is a lot of like the weird pacing happens in the back half. And so it feels all very tight together, which changes your impression when you walk away from it, which is where I would probably lend it to, where if it was like spread out a bit more, the odd pacing parts, I don't think people would have noticed it as much.
Fair enough. Borderlands 4 was revealed though. I'm excited. Crash, are you going to play it with me?
Bro, don't ask me that right now. I bought Tiny Tina to play with you, and
did you? I still, to be fair,
yes.
No. Relax. We can still play Tiny Tina.
We're at a point where I don't want to play Tiny Tina. Like, that game's bad. I don't like that. I think that game is bad. I don't think it's bad. I think that game is bad.
I do not. I didn't beat it, but I do not think it's bad at all. I actually really enjoyed the concept that was there. I don't think the story was that great, but yeah,
the concept. The DLC's has done the concept the best. The DLC's amazing.
That's the
game
great.
itself.
Anyway, look, are you going to play Borderlands 4 with me?
I'm not answering that right now. That's not a question I can answer right now.
You can't plead the fifth on this podcast, all right? Are you excited for Borderlands 4?
Right now? No, not at all. Like, not even a little bit, especially after the movie came out and the movie was a dud, and then Randy pitched for like, no, there's a bunch of reasons that aim towards me not being excited for the franchise.
Well, Randy Pitchford what? Randy Pitchford what? Come on.
Oh, he was moaning and complaining, and he was blocking people off of them giving critiques about the movie and saying I wasn't a really big fan. He blocked a lot of people that are really big creators for the game. Yeah, that are like really, really big into Borderlands for giving mild critiques, not even like the harshest critiques. They were just very mild. And then he put out a statement where he was like, I wasn't even reacting like anything. I was just being normal or whatever. And it's like, okay, whatever. He kind of ruined the franchise for me right now. Ask me again in about a month or something.
That's right. You still got a while for this game to come out. You know, you got plenty of time. We didn't see anything of it, Despawn, but are you excited for a Borderlands 4? Are you a Borderlands fan?
No, not in the slightest. Yeah, I've played.
You're alone on this podcast.
Yeah, I played Summer 1, Summer 2. Never bothered with 3. Played like maybe an hour of Tiny Tina.
I'm sorry you played that much.
Yeah, same. But yeah, no, this is not a series for me. But
I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. I think you lot are crazy. Borderlands is such a fun franchise.
Wait. Let's not move from that for a second. You said you beat Tiny Tina?
No, I didn't beat Tiny Tina.
Okay, we can move on.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You said we were crazy and it's such a fun How much of Tiny Tina did you play?
Borderlands is a fun franchise.
Okay.
Tiny Tina is not a Borderlands game.
I mean, it is 100% a Borderlands game.
It's in the Borderlands world. Mm-hmm. What are we saying? Resident Evil fucking, Operation Raccoon City is a Resident Evil game now. God, come on.
Yeah, it literally.
It's got Resident Evil in the name.
What are you? Okay, I get. You know what? I get you, Fix. You're living in your headcanon world. I rock with you, and I respect that decision so much.
I don't.
Thank you. And did I watch the Borderlands film? No, I did not.
No one did, apparently.
It's coming to streaming services soon.
As I say, it's already coming to streaming service. I will watch it. I will 100% watch it.
Oh yeah, like when it's on a free streaming platform, we should watch it.
Yeah.
This community Discord watch along.
Discord watch along. That would actually be a good community Discord watch along film. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make that happen. This film. We'll make that because we can just sit there ripping it to shreds as we're watching it. Was you there when we watched Schneider Cut?
No.
Oh, that was one of the best watch-alongs we've done.
Yeah,
that was so funny. Was you there for Mulan?
No, I didn't. I don't think I did a lot of the watch-alongs back in the day.
I think Despawn just really doesn't fuck with the community.
Crash never joins.
I don't like movies. I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, but we're taking it. We literally. It doesn't matter anyway. Moving on. Because we've got a lot to get through. Well, I'm excited for Borderlands, so. That's all that matters, to be honest, guys. All right. Moving on. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 single-player campaign. We got to see a ton more of this. Crash, initial thoughts?
It looked amazing. I'm very excited for the campaign. I think what they showcased, the different paths and how much the paths vary, where it's not just like subtle choices you make. It is different gameplay experiences off of what you choose. I think it looks really dope. The movement, again, every time I see that movement, the movement looks really clean. The running backwards, sliding backwards, all that stuff. I'm very, very excited for this Call of Duty.
Yeah, the omnidirectional movement looks clean, very clean.
Yeah, I was really impressed. Go on, this one.
Yeah, I was going to say I love the different versions of the same mission. So you can 100% go like full stealth, or you could go full action, guns blazing. I like that. So, and I also like it feels like it's going to be a nice balance for like people like me who love a good stealth game, but aren't always the best at them. So I could get halfway through a stealth mission, blow it, and then just go all guns blazing and just have fun with it. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Like it looks like a lot of fun.
It looks like they're bringing a lot of the elements of the multiplayer into the game as well, which was the big thing that I took away from the trailer, other than just story and things like that. Again, 2019, Crash, we gave Modern Warfare our Game of the Year for its single player, which was... Yeah. We held that in very, very high regard. I have a really good feeling Black Ops 6 is going to be up there again this year. Obviously, first game coming to Game Pass, Ultimate, and I will make that very clear in the way I speak from now on. Ultimate. But yeah, I really like the RC card they put out, and obviously we know that from other Call of Duties and multiplayer and things like that. So yeah, I'm really excited and really liked everything they saw. I'm going to try my best to play the single player first and not touch the multiplayer until I've beaten that campaign. That's the otherwise I'm going to get distracted. It's going to be gun grinded, and you're like, okay, it's over. As soon as that happens, it's over. So it's like, okay, play the campaign first. So that's the plan. Do we know if they're doing the whole bringing the campaign out first thing again?
I don't know if they've announced that yet.
Okay,
I've not seen anything. Or
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Even just a day or two before would be amazing.
I don't think they will, because with the last Call of Duty, wasn't it because the campaign wasn't doing well internally, or am I thinking about the Call of Duty before that?
I don't know. I actually don't remember. I can't even remember. What was the last Call of Duty before?
Modern
the problem
Warfare
is since
3,
we've had Modern Warfare 3, and then we had Cold War before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think the one I'm thinking of is Cold War, so I think I don't think that applies to Modern Warfare 3. And I don't remember hearing great things about that. Black Ops is huge as well. Yeah,
that's the problem. Is like Modern Warfare pretty big, Black Ops huge. So yeah. Anyway, next up, the best trailer of the night, Crash, correct?
Yeah. Oh my God, this trailer was a roller coaster ride while we were watching it live. Yeah, that trailer was amazing. Literally one of the best video game trailers ever.
So this, for people who don't know, this was the Goat Simulator remaster. The trailer is up there with probably Dead Island's trailer for Dead Island 1 when that was first released. They always do good trailers. And Crash even joked they should do another trailer midway through the showcase. They should have done another trailer for it again, just to throw people off. I think that would have been genius marketing.
Yeah, I really want them to do it for a game at some point, because they can pull it off with like the style they do for these games and everything. They could 100% pull off 2 trailers in one showcase, and it would be the talk of the night, I feel like. Yeah,
I think they already was, though. I saw a lot of buzz online.
Yeah.
Will you play the game, Crash?
No. Maybe. Look, maybe. I'm not this Goat Simulator is never like a hard no. It's just I never, like, when it drops, it's never like the right time for me to play that game. And then after, old game's old. That's not a game that I think I'd want to talk outside of being like in the conversation for that game.
No, I do agree. I actually did play it back in the day on my channel with my nephew. We did a let's play. Us playing it, weirdly, when he was like 5, which I don't think it's still on my channel, so don't go looking. But I'm pretty sure we did. Despawn, you into Goat Simulator at all?
They are like fun times, but like it's not a series that I'm like, oh my God, I really need another Goat Simulator in my life. But this trailer was hilarious. I love specifically the Skyrim nod in there of like the remaster.
There's so many nods, right?
Yeah. But
many nods.
Yeah, I'll give this one a go. I'm interested. Was the first Goat Simulator
on Game Pass, by the way?
Yeah, coming to Game Pass. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll give it a go. Like, I enjoy like a good solid session of a Goat Simulator, and then I won't continue after that. But like, I'd be interested to know if this has like full co-op and stuff, because I don't know if the original did. I don't know if they just introduced that in later games. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if they like bring co-op to this version, because I think this would be a ton of fun to play together.
Fair enough.
But regardless, this will be a ton of fun anyway.
No, absolutely. Next up, we got a new Dying Light game, which has been fully announced. It is called Dying Light: The Beast. So for those who don't know, this actually started off as a expansion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That they said has turned into a full-on standalone game. The main character voiced by Roger Craig Smith, Kyle Crane. I like Dying Light, but not enough. Weirdly, it should be a me game. I love zombies. I love like open world. Never loved it. The first game gave me motion sickness on console, so I stopped playing it then. Played the second game a little bit, and then something else must have come out and just took me away from it. This again, it looks good. Everything it shows, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Obviously, we see guns in this trailer, if I'm not mistaken. And you don't see. This is the first time Dying Light's having guns, if I'm not mistaken. But weirdly, it's usually all melee based. Looks good. Looks like a fun time. But it could be one of those ones where I say, yeah, I'm gonna play it, and then probably never play it. So.
Yeah, I do like that this is one that I think if I remember correctly, they've announced that like if you own the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you get this for free anyway.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so RS, like you can get an upgrade now and get it when it comes out. For those who don't know.
I got it in front of me. Owners of Dying Light 2 Stay Human Ultimate Edition receive the Beast free, while the original game started as a DLC for Dying Light 2. After 2 years, it, quote, evolved into a standalone self-contained experience. Update a previous version of the article. Okay, so IGN updated it. So that is true.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I think this is basically the main guy from the first game. Is now back in this DLC. So I'm interested to check this one out. Like I'm like you, like I didn't play a lot of Dying Light or Dying Light 2. In fact, I don't think I played any of Dying Light 2. But yeah, I think I'm similar to you. Like I love a good zombie title, and an open world game as well. But yeah, for some reason the Dying Light games have always been the one that missed me. I've always been more on the Dead Island side than the Dying Light side.
No, same. Dead Island's more jokey, taking the mickey, electrical weapons, this, that, and the other, where this is very grounded, gritty, serious. It's weird though, because it definitely is a series that I should be all over, and I just never have been. I think it's the parkour elements that I don't love.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, it's an interesting one. Chris, you've never played Dying Light, right?
Played Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2 when it came out. Played it on Xbox, and I forget what the issue was on Xbox. I think it was like you couldn't adjust blur, motion blur. Like that
was it. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I think at this point, I'm probably like, unless this gets like rave reviews and people are like it's a must play, probably done with Dying Light personally as a franchise.
Shame.
Every time I try it, it just never really clicks for me, fortunately.
The motion blur was a big issue on Xbox. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Moving on. Despawn's favorite game, Dragonball Sparking Zero trailer.
Cool.
He's still thinking about all 40 feet of Goku.
The funny thing is, like, people who love these games absolutely love these games. Yeah. Just none of us on the podcast, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh no, I can see why people love it, but yeah, it's just 100% not my game.
No, yeah, I get that. Next up, we had a game called The King of Meat. This was... I'm forgetting what this was, if I'm being totally honest with you.
I don't remember this one.
This was the co-op arena survival wave-based game or whatever. Is this the one that had Jeff Keighley in the trailer in the beginning?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
It was a strange... We thought it was an ad, but it wasn't an ad, and then it was. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, I will say. It's a hack and slash party action game. Apparently, it has a level editor as well in the game. So I do feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those ones where it's either people are gonna pick it up, they're gonna absolutely love it, and then it becomes something, or it's not going to do much.
Yeah, like I'm watching the trailer now, and obviously viewers can see it as well. But it feels very much like I can't remember what the name of the game is, but it's basically you design a dungeon and then a team of people will go through that dungeon and try and get through it. But yeah, no, it looks interesting. I'm not sure about the legs on it, but yeah, like I could see this being a fun time, but I don't know if it's going to be a fun time for a long time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you.
2 or 3 sessions with a few mates would be great. That's about it.
It's weird though, right? Because we say that and then it could become the next
Fall Guys.
That's literally the next Fall Guys. It does have that same itch. I always worry about the building levels is my part. It's like that has to be so fun to do to keep people in that. Otherwise, I feel like the community just moves on so quickly.
Yeah, if that's not easy to do, then it's when that becomes a pain, then like you say, you're going to lose people real fast.
Yeah, that game, like I think 100% lose or dies based off the people who are making actual levels for the game, or however that aspect works for it.
Yeah. No, I do agree with you, unfortunately. Next up was Linked. Is it called Linked? That's Linked? I believe so.
Yep. I
made the joke that it's a bit too close to Link with Zelda, but sure. This was the one they brought out and been like, oh, we all come from AAA, and now we have our own IP, and et cetera, et cetera. It's described as a team-up brawl and build in this co-op action game that blends hack and slash combat with roguelite inspiration missions and town building progression that goes beyond the run. Art style looks really good. Gameplay from what they showed looked quite fun. It seems like one of those games that will be fun with you and your friends. I like the tower building aspect of it a lot. For me, it had fishing as well.
Fishing. I thought the weapons looked very interesting as well. They looked a little bit unique. It seemed like it could be an interesting game, gameplay wise, if they nail out like the flow of going from building the town to combat and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. Go on this one.
Yeah, so like I'm just agreeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like this one I don't remember from the thing, from the showcase, but as I'm watching it by now, it actually looks quite interesting. It's giving me like the slightest, just in character design, like Hi-Fi Rush vibes of like that kind of like hack and slash art style as well. Yeah. But yeah, like I like the idea of the world building with the level, like having your own little town and stuff. The combat looks fun. I like in the art style. Yeah, I could see this being a fun time.
Next up was one of my favorite games of the show, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. This is Dontnod's new game. It looks phenomenal. I was really blown away by the gameplay that we actually got to see in terms of like graphical fidelity and things like that. Lots and lots of fun to be had. Obviously, it looks kind of like a, four friends on a mission going out. You're going to go in and experience that story. Dontnod have a weird history right now. If you look at their track record of games, they win some, they lose some in a weird way.
So Dontnod is still like their big focus for a while was like Life is Strange and stuff like that, and then they moved away from that and did their own thing. And then for a while it seemed like they were just trying to branch out into different kind of subgenre, like genres and different stuff. Like they had the climbing game, Jusson.
Yeah.
They've done a bunch of other stuff, but this feels like they're going back to what they're really good at. So,
well, yeah, but it's not even just that, right? You had Vampire as well, but you had Life is Strange, you had Vampire, you had Captain Spirit that came out, which was like the demo thing for Life is Strange 2.
Yeah.
Then you had Tell Me Why, which me and Kresh absolutely loved.
Same. No, I adore that game.
The problem is after that, they had Twin Mirror, which was absolute not very good. Again, try not to be too disparaging, I guess. And now we come back, brand new IP, Lost Records. Like I say, it definitely looks like a humongous step up from Tell Me Why, if we're being honest, in terms of graphical fidelity and the evolution of gameplay as well, from what we saw in this trailer. I like these type of games. It's just if they nail the story, is the main thing, right? Yeah.
Also, the release schedule for it too, because it's not all releasing at once. It's releasing in 3 bits. I don't remember the exact dates. I know it was at the end of the trailer. Let me see if I can pull up the trailer.
I don't think that's fully true, is it? Because I could have swore it was a case of like, it's releasing 3 parts if you don't buy the Ultimate Edition or something like that. I heard wasn't there? Okay, go on, talk to me.
So the trailer ends with it showing up in 2 parts, which is tape 1 upping February 18th, and then tape 2 dropping the month after on March 18th. So yeah, so it looks like it's dropping in 2 parts.
I could have swore there was some sort of pushback on this game when it got announced, with like there being some sort of like you can buy it right away. I must be wrong, obviously. But yeah,
I don't remember that for this game.
No, I must be wrong. I must be wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at the notes on their trailer, and it is very much saying it's going to release in 2 parts. Like, there's no like get it early or in anything like that. It's just just releasing in 2 parts.
This got a release date as well. Obviously, we got this for February 18th, 2025.
And then, like I said, the second half in March.
It's weird because we finally gotten to a place, right, in gaming where people of obviously my generation, Chris, you're a little bit younger, but mine and Despawn generation, where we're getting games built in like 1995. This is set place in 1995. So it's like we're finally going to have the touchstones of like posters of things that I actually understand. Where like, Despawn can Well, bro, I learned that on holiday. I learned that on holiday, mate. I am definitely old.
No. I never said old.
No,
I said retro.
Retro.
Right. And everyone knows that retro is cool. So we're cool, right? Right?
We're many things, Despawn. We're not. Chris, you're not that much younger than us.
I wouldn't have put myself outside of the category. You put me outside of your guys' category.
Yeah, it's true. I did do that.
I would have 100% agreed if you put me in this category.
Thank you. I do. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Chris. All right. I appreciate you. Next up, a game that keeps every time we see it, I go, "What game's that?" And then it says what it is, and I go, "It's weird." I see the game, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this looks amazing." Then as soon as they say what the game is, I go, "Oh, I'm not sure." Weird.
Really?
Don't ask me why. Yeah, No Room in Hell 2 is the game in which I'm speaking about. Every time we see it, Crash, I get excited and I go, "This is yep. I'm in."
Looks good.
And then, this is. Go on.
To be fair, before this time when we saw it, it was at Xbox's showcase, I think, or
I believe so.
Whenever that time period that we saw it, we thought it looked really, really good. And we ended on a really high note even after the name came. And then we saw State of Decay 3, which looks to be doing very similar things.
Yeah.
So
this is 8-player co-op. Very much think of Back 4 Blood, that type of style of game. I do like the amount of players, I'll be honest with you, because that tells me how much carnage there's going to be happening. If you've got 8 players, then you need to then have enough things to kill for 8 players as well. So graphically looks amazing, though, I have to say. Every time I see this, it's been developed by Tom Banner Studios. Every time I see it, I'm like, this looks really, really good. I am looking forward to it, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, though, every game is going to look good. I mean, we talk about my love. We talk about my love for Unreal Engine 5. Like, I mean, any realistic game is going to look halfway decent from a decent set of developers.
Despawn's correct. There's going to be a lot of games that come out that people are going to be like, it looks really good. And they're going to judge it off of graphics, and they're going to sit down and play it. But that's not necessarily
what I'm talking about when I say. I don't mean just graphically. I mean more a case of like, it looks really good graphically, yes, but art style comes in all different ways, shapes, and styles. This is an art style that is very appealing to me, right? Yeah. Like, you can get a game just like this that isn't this art style. This art style looks way better than Back 4 Blood did. Way darker, way more grittier. Just the whole overall experience looks really good. I didn't realize No Room in Hell, the first game, it came out in 2011.
Yeah,
so it's been really, so maybe I've got this weird thing in my head of like that game where I'm like, and now we get this, and I'm like, this looks very, very good. So yeah, definitely gonna play this. This comes out in early access I can't remember when, but I know it comes in early access on Steam. This year,
I can look
think?
it up. Yeah.
Arc Raiders Crash. I don't know what this game is. Do you remember what it is?
It's the space type game, the space sci-fi game. It was announced free to play, no longer free to play apparently. Which
When did it get announced free to play? I don't even remember this one. I remember the trailer for this. I remember now I'm watching the trailer back again. I do remember the trailer, but again, it's hard for me. Anytime it's something space, I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I didn't hate space, Crash. I wish I didn't hate space.
It's all right. I can love it for the both of us. It's fine.
Do you like the look of this game?
I'm trying to remember
Space.
it.
This was revealed in 2021.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So obviously
It's
I
been
don't
a
remember
while.
it. I mean, again, I'm watching it now. It seems interesting, but I don't get the premise. I don't know what exactly is happening right now.
Well, it's a PvE PV, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's basically like space extraction shooter with.
I don't know if it's extraction.
Well,
but
not extraction, but like
I think it ends. I think it has a bigger priority on PvP as opposed to the extraction aspect, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
yeah. None of us seem that interested.
Yeah, I mean, again, it like I love the setting, but yeah, I'll see when I get hands on and see some gameplay. Maybe then I'll get a bit more excited.
Yeah. Next up after that was Infinity Nikki. Crash, this was a U game.
What?
I've not even got the trailer up, and I'm just assuming waifus.
Why
do you think this is a Wii game?
This is Crash. Come on.
This is not. No, if anything, this is a U game. This is the type of weird game that you get into that nobody would expect you to like, and then for some reason you just love the shit out of this, and you're gonna come on the podcast. You're gonna be like, "Infinity Nikki, guys! Like, I know you guys aren't gonna believe
Play
me,
12
but I
hours
tell
of it,
you, this
don't know what
game's
happens."
amazing. This game's amazing.
Guys, I found the next big game, Infinity Nikki, mate. Let me tell you. So yeah, no, this I don't really know how to explain this game. I guess.
I mean, I can tell you what it is right now because I'm not even brought the trailer up, and I'm looking at the basically the blurb for it. The open world dress up adventure game.
It's kind of
Sold.
Zelda-ish as well.
I don't know if there's combat.
Zelda-ish.
He did say ish.
To be yeah, okay. Yeah.
Big Zelda fan, yeah?
I play Zelda as a pacifist. All right.
I don't play anything. I've never
Just
beaten
run away
a
from
Zelda game.
Ganondorf.
I get as far as I can to the point where I have to fight my first boss, and then I'm done.
That is very true. I usually quit Zelda before I have to fight an enemy, so you know it's good. Anyway, no one cares. We don't care. There's no pretend.
Weird.
I'm not whatever. Next up, Path of Exile 2. Looks fucking fantastic, especially since now after playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I know it's not the exact same game, but like the whole top-down, I'm playing Diablo as well, obviously, this year, or was that last year?
Last year.
Last year, thank you. I'm very much more into these type of games now, and this looks fantastic, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I think...
The only thing that put me off is Crash said something about their skill tree.
Yep. It has notoriously the most complicated skill tree in any game. It's very liberating if you take the time to understand it. What most people end up doing is they just follow guides for the game, and then that's that.
My specialty.
It'll be easy for it'll be easy for you. But I like trying to figure things out. And so when I tried playing Path of Exile, I got to a point where I was like, none of this makes any sense, and I don't want to waste any more time trying to make it make sense. I got frustrated at the game basically because I'm stupid.
Did you play the first one, Despawn?
No, I never touched it. But again, it wasn't my type of game before Baldur's Gate. And now I'm like, it's too late to go back.
Yeah.
Where did Baldur's Gate come into this conversation?
Just the top down look.
Just the top down look is all.
Yeah.
I go there as well.
And Diablo as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
I go there as well. It's nothing like it.
Yeah, it's not an
nothing
RPG.
like
yeah,
it.
I know it's not like a D&D based RPG kind of turn based.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not that.
Got it.
But
I just wanted to make sure that you were expecting something else.
No, I'm not expecting this expansive, like fully fledged story or anything like that. I'm expecting a hack and slash RPG. That's what I'm expecting. But yeah, like it's not really for me. Or it wasn't for me. And so, I think Baldur's Gate and then Diablo as well. I think but getting hands on with both of those, I think kind of like opened me up to the idea of doing more of these kind of games. But yeah, I'm not going to go back to Path of Exile 1. Path of Exile 2, on the other hand, I will definitely check out when it launches.
Early access release set for November. Set for November. Yeah. Nothing else to add, to be honest.
It's going to be a busy half, isn't it?
Yeah. No, exactly. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines 2 looks fantastic. That was the next game announced. I think this is going to be up there for Game of the Year talks.
I mean, I think if they pull off everything they're trying to do, 100%. Like 3-player co-op, being a badass Marine, slicing up xenomorphs or whatever they call them, Tyranids, I think, and orcs as well.
There's a lot of different enemies.
Yeah, there's a lot in there, but I'm excited for it all. This looks like a ton of fun.
Comes out real soon, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, if you get the special the gold edition, 5th of September. Yeah, looking forward to that one. We've seen a lot of it, though. That one thing I will say, we've seen a lot of it now that I don't really have much more to add.
Yeah, I know there's been delays and stuff like that, so they just put out trailers to announce a delay and they just show off kick-ass gameplay, which, honestly, I just more of that. Like, give me like 10 minutes of just seeing Ultramarines slice up people with a chainsaw. I'm going to be happy.
I'm gonna be happy.
I'm gonna be happy.
That will do it for me.
You know what?
Be happy.
I've got specific tastes, and seeing things getting chopped in half with a chainsaw is up there as one of them.
Fair enough. Next up, Dune Awakening gets its first gameplay trailer, and I'm adding this. It looks like ass.
Really?
I really didn't like what I saw. You did?
For it being like an MMO-esque size game, I think it looked all right.
Yeah, everything I saw from this, I was extremely underwhelmed. Underwhelmed. Thank you. Words.
Words are hard.
I think the problem for me with this game is that it's not going to be competing with MMOs. And I get what you're saying. Like, it's going to be competing with other survival games. Yeah. And if you compare it to like a lot of like, you could compare it to like some early access survival games and say it's like on par with those. But if you compare it to like the more refined ones that have been out for years, that those are the players you're trying to pull away and keep them in your game, especially if you're making an MMO. I think that's sort of where like the game doesn't look up to par yet. Still a lot of time before the game comes out, so we'll see.
It gameplay wise, it smells like Outlaws. Outlaws. That it looks like that type of gameplay, which don't get me wrong, isn't bad, but it's very AA. And then like the base building didn't look fun. The only good thing about this game was kind of the vehicles of everything that we saw. Those were the bits that looked enjoyable. But other than that, I wasn't blown away by this at all.
There's certain parts that are interesting, like the whole political aspect of it and making deals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, my question for those is always like, this isn't the first MMO to like promise things like that. It's like, how does that work and how like efficient is it and how many people would actually get to experience it, right? If that is a selling point.
Conception wise, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
When you put it into practice, it never seems to work out well.
Yeah.
Like, which if they can nail that, you do have like a wonderful and amazing and unique experience that I think without a doubt, no matter how the game like looks, whether you think it looks good or bad, probably has legs to stay around for a while.
Yeah, I think like it doesn't have to look the best as long as the gameplay mechanics are there to carry it. So I'm interested to see if they are there. From what I've seen though, like I'm interested in this one. I like the idea of like building out your own factions and like building them with friends and then using those factions as going to war with people. And yeah, I did like the idea of like the water scarcity being used, like so you have to like attack enemies and steal their blood and then use that blood to kind of pull the water out of it. It's like I find that kind of stuff interesting, and I'm wondering how fun that's going to be. But yeah, like you said, like the the vehicle mechanics. So I don't know what it's called, but the Dragonfly-esque like glider.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I like the idea you can just build one of those and like you get all the parts to do that, and then set up your base on the top of a mountain and stuff. It all looks very interesting to me. And if I could find a squad of people to play it with on a regular basis, I could see this being a really fun time. But I don't know.
You won't.
Because I'm a loner. Yeah.
I didn't say that, but he did. All right, he said I didn't.
I said it. I thought it was me.
I thought it, but he said it. All right, he said it. I'm just sad. The Doom world as well for me is just not. Again, I haven't seen the films yet, and I've never read. I believe it was a book first, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a book.
So it's not an IP that I'm like clamoring for. Hunger Games now. Now we're talking.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. Like, please watch the films.
I got invited to the premiere, mate. The
know.
red carpet premiere, and was
I didn't
like,
go. Yeah. Like, I think they're like, again, without being over the top, like they are like some of my favorite, most recent films. Like, I love what they've done with the films, and like I'd recommend watching them to everyone.
I'm too busy watching Resident Evil, the Netflix series.
Fuck you.
Have you seen it?
The one with Lance
Wesker?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. Oh, that's
you
a
finish
hard
it, Despawn?
watch.
Despawn's a bigger Resident Evil fan than you. That's crazy.
Stop it. I have a statue of Chris Redfield behind me. Shut up.
I have a zombie tattooed on my arm. Shut up.
So what? Because I don't want to ink my skin.
One of them's more dedicated. One of you guys is more dedicated to the franchise.
I will chew Chris Redfield's head off right
Go
now
ahead.
and swallow
Right
it.
now, go for it.
Go on. Prove it.
Can't.
You think we were going to say no?
I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Called him out instantly.
Moving on, Reanimals, the new project from the Little Nightmares team. This looks really good. I did like this a lot. It very much is in the same vein as Little Nightmares, which is strange because you've got
Little Nightmares 3 later on.
Little Nightmares 3, Little Nightmares 3 coming soon, which is like, okay, kind of strange. But yeah, I do like the look of this though. What did you think, Gresh?
Not Little Nightmares isn't my type of game. I think conceptually it's a very interesting game. It's just not something that like pulls me in to play it.
This is Reanimal, all right, not Little Nightmares.
No, I'm joking. Are you gonna let me finish my point? Is that my not to finish my point?
What do you think?
Yeah.
I didn't catch this trailer. I think I might have been in and out of sleeping, but I'm watching it now. It looks. I mean, let's be honest. It looks like Little Nightmares.
No, this is Reanimals.
It's Reanimals, not Little Nightmares. We're not talking about Little Nightmares. The problem is we have Little Nightmares coming up. So if you don't talk about Reanimals now, Little Nightmares 3 is going to be. It looks like Reanimals.
All the conversation is going to be it's the same exact conversation. Just switch out the names. We can get them both done right now.
Yeah. So I really like the look of Reanimal, Little Nightmares.
I don't play them. They're my type of games, like this, the vibe, the world, and things like that. I said this to Chris when we was in the reaction. It's weird that it's a game that I've never got into. And clearly the team wanted to work on their own IP, right? And they were like, "Shit, well, you ain't taking this one. This one clearly makes money." Okay. So that's why we're sat here with Reanimals now, I guess. So. Yeah,
but it looks good. Like, it looks interesting. All jokes aside, like, it definitely, like, it fills that itch if you were looking for a Little Nightmares, even though you're getting one anyway. But yeah, I'm interested. So I know we're talking about it coming up. I'm interested to see what Little Nightmares is like now with it not having the same creators.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, is it going to lose that kind of like essence that makes Little Nightmares, or is it just going to is it going to be one that can easily reproduce kind of thing? What's going to be the better Little Nightmares game? Little Nightmares or Reanimal?
Reanimal.
Okay.
You're welcome. Next one that got Crush very happy. It didn't really. He doesn't really care anymore. Genshin Impact is releasing finally on Xbox and coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, there's you can pre-order it for $10.
Ooh.
Don't pre-order it for $10. It's
Why?
a free to play game. You get some like bonus stuff or whatever. You get like the bonus. None of the bonus materials worth it. Don't pre-order the game.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like one of those Founders Edition kind of things where it's just like, here's a bunch of currency in game that you can play with.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm assuming
it
it's all
doesn't amount to
currency you can earn. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Okay.
It's coming to Xbox after 4 years, 5 years. It's going on 5 years. It's going on 5 years. This is a little late.
Took the time.
The game has been on a bit of a decline, which I assume.
A dick climb.
It's been a bit of a decline. Okay.
Yeah, I can't see, so I'm blaming that on my eyesight.
I don't think your mouth is connected to your eyes that way, but okay.
But yeah, so it is a little late for this game. I do wonder with Hoyo versus like the rest of their games, whether we'll start seeing those come over with like Zenless Zero and Honkai Star Rail and whatever future games they make. Because this is one area Xbox has sort of lacked in like that gacha game aspect, which it was really big for Sony. It was really big with Genshin Impact. It was really big with Honkai Star Rail, and I think Zenless Zero launched on PlayStation Day One. On top of like also Wuthering Waves launched on, which is another big gacha game that was in line with like Genshin Impact that skipped out on Xbox. So hopefully this is just a better sign for Xbox and maybe the relations with Hoyo and more gacha type games coming to Xbox in the future.
What does a gacha game mean?
Loot box.
Loot box, but more specifically, you roll for characters. You play the game, you earn currency, and then you roll for characters.
Okay, got ya. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, moving on. Obviously, we got to see more of Monster Hunter Wilds. Obviously, not coming out till next year, but we get another trailer for the game. Still looks amazing. Still looks gorgeous. Crash still says he hopes he has someone to play it with. So please hit up Crash for playing the game, because I don't like him anymore. He won't play Borderlands with me. If you play Borderlands with me, I'll play this with you.
We don't have to play Monster Hunter Wild, bro. It's okay.
Crash, I'll play this with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Despawn.
I got you.
Cool, sure.
I won't play Borderlands with you, Despawn, but you don't want to play Borderlands, so we're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
You guys, I hate you both.
I get that.
Do you like this new trailer? I feel like we're seeing a lot of Monster Hunter. Capcom clearly want to keep showing off the game. They want to keep it in people's minds. They want to keep it in the zeitgeist. But every time I see it, I can't say I get more excited for the game. If I'm being honest, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't get more excited.
Yeah,
I think the people who get more excited are like the really big Monster Hunter fans, because they spot all like the little differences. But I agree with you. As somebody who's not super into it, I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm sold on this game. I don't need to see more. I don't need, like, I'm not going to get the little distinctions on how the little bit of the move sets you see in the movement and stuff like that.
Yeah, like you say, I don't need selling on it. I'm sold. Just give me a date and let me know when. And yeah, give me a final trailer then, and I'll be happy.
It has a date, doesn't it?
2025. Yeah. Did they give us an actual date this time?
It's this year.
No, next year. Next year. Definitely next year. Because we were like GTA 6 and then this. Those were the two big games. So you were like, okay.
I'm supposed to have one more big game releasing this year, isn't it? That was unannounced at one point. Or is it this fiscal year? So
this physical year. It'll be next year.
Okay.
Yeah, two big. Yeah, but I think it might be Dead Rising. That's this year. That's this. Yeah. That's next month. I think it might be Dead Rising remastered. By the way, we didn't add the story in, but did you see that they said they want to work on more remaking more IP? They did another Q&A thing again, like they did last time.
All right.
With their founders, not the founders, investors again.
Board members, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They did another one of those, and they come out and said that they want to do more IP, and they are not done remastering Dead Risings, and they will look into making a new Dead Rising as well. Ooh. Which I was like, holy shit! I can't believe it. I generally thought this series was donezo. I did not think we would get another one after 4. Which is super exciting for me. So everyone, make sure you go buy the Dead Rising remake.
Yeah,
Go by
I imagine
DRDR.
how heavy they invest into it depends on how that remake does.
Yeah.
No, I agree. All right, let's get through a few of these. Fatal Fury, Sea of the Wolves is coming out April 24th. New fighting game. As Despawn is as showing us on camera. If you've not watched the video, go watch the video. We have a Mountain Valley 3, which is due out this December. It's an exclusive Netflix game. Mecha Break gameplay also shown. Then we had a big look at the first look, I should say, at Civilization 7. Crash, I know this is one you are actually excited about.
Yeah, Civ is a very fun group game if you get people to play with you, and then it's not a one-time game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be really fun. I think it would be fun to have a little My Xbox and Me one we do it doesn't have to be every week. It could be every other week.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it could be fun. Just sit down, relax, maybe even do it on stream. We stream a couple of hours every so often. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I don't this is one of the things where I don't know exactly what a showcase shows that I wouldn't expect from the game.
Hexagonal,
it's
tiles, worlds, fighting. Well, what do you need?
I'm sure again, it's another one of those titles where the Civ fans are gonna see things that are like, oh my god, it's finally, because I think the big argument for Civ 6. From what I saw online was it hadn't changed much. Now 7, apparently there are some big changes coming. So again, I'm not a Civ fan. I don't know, but yeah. Next one is one for Despawn, Starfield vehicle trailer and a Shattered Space teaser. Did you like what you saw, Despawn?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah.
Zoom, zooms.
Yes. It's weird. So it's a yes or no. I'm excited for Shattered Space. But the vehicle thing is cool. It will take me 20 minutes to get between every point on a map now. I could just drive there. But that's about it. Cool, whatever. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Shattered Space. The House of Ruin stuff looks very interesting. In game, it's very interesting as well. It's one of the not really touched upon factions in the game. So the fact that we're actually going to go full heal on it, as it were, and get to see a ton of it in the new DLC. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, again, I like Starfield. I'm excited for more Starfield. Give me an excuse to go back to it properly.
September 30th, mate. September 30th. Get your watch ready.
It's right here.
How often do you use it?
I didn't take it with me. I didn't take it with me this time, but whenever I go out,
take it with you to Gamescom.
No, I didn't, because again,
take Gamescom. The place where you probably should take something like that. You didn't.
What am I going to do? Walk around going, look at my wrist. Look at my wrist.
There would have been some nerd that noticed, and you would have been like, that was the moment.
Yeah, apparently
the nerd would have
Matt's...
looked at Despawn and been like, you wasted money on that? Really?
So Matt has told people at work that I am the Starfield guy.
Oh, interesting.
So I had that conversation with somebody on the training one day. Yeah, so I'm apparently now the Starfield guy at work.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I didn't take it with me, but I do use it on a regular basis. It's a good watch.
Okay. Sure. You keep telling yourself that, mate. You keep telling yourself that.
It still works.
Next up, Marvel Rivals. We got a release date. It is coming out December 6th. It is obviously we know it's a 6v6 team-based free-to-play shooter based on Marvel comic characters. But what we didn't know is all of the characters are going to be free.
Yes.
Finally, we have got it confirmed. All characters and future characters are free. We got to have a look at 2 new characters, being Winter Soldier and Captain America, which was really, really cool. I still haven't played the game myself, but I am very excited to play it when it finally comes out December 6th.
I'm excited for this one.
I get more excited every time I see it. I'm super. This is 100% an up my alley sort of game. Even taking out the Marvel franchise, this is the type of game that I would look forward to. So I'm very much interested and hoping it does well as well, so that the game has some legs on it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the announcement that all future characters are going to be free. I was worried that when I saw that like the form go out. They were questioning what people prefer the way to get their characters, and like the fact that they've just come out and said, yeah, no, they're all going to be free is good. I think it's what helps the longevity of this game, because everyone can get behind the new character coming out and not get, locked out from it, as it were.
That is 100% it, right? It's even once it goes through the hype and then the lull, and then I don't know. Again, I'm good. Just use Spider-Man. I know Spider-Man's already in the game, but I'm using him as the example here. And then Spider-Man drops, and everyone comes back to the game to check out Spider-Man and go, "Oh, I do actually really like this game." It just helps every single time, right?
Yeah. It's also like if you get back on, they get you with that new character. You don't really like that new character, but when you're playing, there's going to be a new skin that drops for the character you play all the time. And then it's like, oh, I want that skin. I'm going to get that skin, play for like the week, and then walk away. Right?
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. 100%. Next up is the Prime Video secret levels. This was the announcement of this was a little bit of a strange one. Obviously, you had the gentleman on stage who was very passionate and cried when he was talking about this. Yeah. I was watching this on my phone, could hardly see what was going on. So I wasn't that hyped for this at the start. Then they finally showed what it was, and we ended up getting to see a bunch of the secret levels show. So this is, I think it's, did they say how many? I don't remember if they said exactly how many, but a lot. A lot of
20 or something like that.
I think it's like 20 different franchises they have involved in this, which is, go on, please, hit me, go on.
It is 15 episodes.
There you go.
There we go.
I've got a breakdown of some of the stuff that's going to be in there.
Please.
You've got Armored Core, Concord, Crossfire, Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, Honor of Kings, Mega Man, New World, Pac-Man, and various studios from PlayStation, including Sifu Spelunky, Outer Worlds, Unreal Tournament, and Warhammer 40k. All
God
coming
of War
out.
is on that list as
So
well.
so God of War was on there. Yeah, like I said, they said various PlayStation Studio games. So there'll be a few in there. Yeah, for those who don't know, obviously this is Blur, the people who like the standard bearers for a while for like in-game cinematics. And the guy who's crying on stage is the one and only Tim Miller, who made Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah, I knew that, but that wasn't what I was leading with.
For those who don't know that.
I weren't leading with that. By the way, like I said, me and Chris were having a lot of fun during the live stream, but it was very much us like, I couldn't see what the fuck was going on. Right. Chris is just going along with all of my dumbness.
I also want to point out when the man started crying, Fix was thumbsing him down, and the little bubble popped out. Yeah, so if you're a guy and you cry, Fix is not a safe space for you.
That's not true. I cry all the time. Please, no, I'm a crier. Please don't do that. No, I am. I love anyone and everyone, and you're all welcome to cry. Okay. Moving on. Towerborn. No, we're moving on. Towerborn early access has been revealed. Very weird again. This was shown at the Xbox Showcase in 2023. This is being published by Xbox, if I'm not mistaken. And it is now going to be on Steam on September 10th. And we don't know when it's coming to Xbox. It is not launching in Xbox's what they call it? What is their early game preview? It's not launching in game preview. It is only launching in Steam early access September 10th. What do you make of this, boys? Because this one is I think next week we'll have a whole conversation on where Xbox is at right now, because I don't think we're going to be able to tackle it this week, unfortunately. But what do you make of this?
Honestly, I think it's a smart move. I think mainly because they're not ready to release this game fully. They have, like say, they need early access. I think it's very much a case of get it on PC where they're more welcoming of early access, rather than drop it on. Wait, let me land. Where on Xbox, people are like, once a game drops, they play it in that state. That's the state they get in mind, and they move on to something else. PC gamers feel a bit more like open to games like having a bit of a longer gestation time, as it were, and let growing a little bit. I mean, granted, there is a vocal minority that are generally not, but like I think launching on Steam to start with and letting the community there kind of like help guide it to where it needs to be, I think makes sense. It's weird that Xbox are getting in that kind of methodology, though. I think that's the weird part.
I think Xbox are a weird company right now, but please, Crash, go on, get him.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're going to say. I know exactly what you're going to say. Get him, Crash, get him.
I'm gonna have to disagree about like the early access PC players being more receptive to early access. I think you think of the big games that were successful in that avenue of like Hades and Dead Cells and stuff like that. And Rust. There's a whole bunch of early access games on PC that come out early access and they don't get resurgences once they fully release. So like I think that narrative is like very skewed to your perception of what you see. And I think you could argue the same thing on Xbox's side. There's no reason this doesn't launch on early access for Xbox for that reason, I feel like.
I think why would they released a game called Grounded in early access? And look at the success that went on to have by their metrics, not mine, by their metrics. And now we look at a game that they are again. It just doesn't make sense to me. Honestly, there is, like I say, there's a whole conversation to be had around Xbox and the way they've been doing things. And nonetheless, we'll get on to the end of the last thing that gets talked about. But yeah, very, very strange to me. Game itself looks really good. I really like the look of what they showed. It looks like a fun time, I have to say. 4-player side scroller. Yeah, it looked beautiful art style as well. Beautiful art style. I'm looking forward to playing the game. I just thought I'd be playing it on
Xbox.
I thought I'd be playing it on, well, at least in the Xbox ecosystem, whether you want to, it's the Xbox Game Pass app or whatever you want to use it as. Just strange, very strange.
Oh yeah, so it's only Steam early access, huh?
Yeah,
so it's not
Steam
even on
early access.
Yeah, that's even weirder. That's even weirder actually. Because you could argue that if it's on PC Game Pass, at least you would be able to stream it because you can stream stuff from. Yeah, that's
Steam early access only. Moving on, Asian Mythology Retold is out next month. It will be available via Game Pass at release. Crash, very excited for this one. Released on September 4th.
Game of the Year.
You think so?
No.
I was going to give you a moment, man. I was going to give you a moment. I was going to give it to you.
I respect that.
I have nothing to add, Crash. I'm really sorry.
I've got nothing.
I don't expect you to have anything to add.
I'm not a God game fan, so this is not for me.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We got more gameplay, and a gameplay tease, I should say. Still on track to release next year, February 11th, on all platforms. Looks amazing, looks beautiful, looks like a lot of improvements to the first game. Game combat looks exactly how I remember it playing when it first got shown. If you enjoy this time period is obviously key with a game like this. If you enjoy this time period, you will absolutely love this game. I don't love this time period, hence why I don't play these type of games usually.
I'd like to start my petition here for the first time. If you are a UK-based game and you're looking for a voice actor to voice one of your very British characters, please. I'm available.
I forgot about this joke. Yeah. Crash wants to be in a British game doing a British accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
For any developers out there, Crash, do you want to give an example of your British accent?
Please.
Floor is yours. Wait. No, I've got a button for this. The floor is yours.
Governor, that's the bad guy over there.
Thank you,
I
Crash.
am
appreciate it.
never pressing that button again.
Yeah, appreciate you, Crash. Thank you for sharing your talents with the world.
Of course.
Thank you. Not a game that matters to us, but Batman VR was then announced. We'll move on swiftly from that. Little Nightmares 3 got a new trailer, no release date. It is being worked on by the same team making the Cast of Frankenstone and the Dark Pictures Anthology. Director 8. How are they saying that?
Don't know.
What is it, 8020 or are they saying 8020?
Oh, Directive 8020.
8020. Okay, cool. They're not the only projects that Supermassive are working on. They are also working on this as well. I just think it's such a weird game for them to be working on.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
The Bandai money must be crazy for them to work on this.
Yeah. It looks good. Reminds me of Reanimal.
No, it does. It does remind me of Reanimal. No, it does actually look good. And like all jokes aside, it does look good. It's just very strange for them, Supermassive, to be working on this.
Mm-hmm.
it is something that seems like it's like in their
horror
ballpark of like
horror. It's just
tone that they can do. Yeah.
It's just very, very different game. Just very, very different game. Next up, we saw the one and only Peter Molyneux showed up at this game at this open live, and he showed off his brand new game. He said he's got his old team back, people who were worked on games like Fable and Black and White, and he was quick to announce Masters of Albion. Now, me and Chris disagreed, but I actually did like the look of this game.
Right. Yeah, so...
Okay, I'll shut up. Go on.
I think it looks interesting. I can almost guarantee this is not going to be the name when it launches.
Oh, stop it.
Let me say this. Even if this is exactly how it is when it launches, this game doesn't look good. It doesn't look at all. Any round does it look good.
I disagree.
If it wasn't Fix, during the stream, you said, I dislike it because it's a Peter Molyneux game. I think you're interested in it because it's a Peter Molyneux game.
Yes, I agree. I like Peter Molyneux games.
Okay.
I liked Fable. Do we all forget we like Fable?
Did you like his cube game he made?
I didn't play that one.
No. Okay. Did you like the NFT game he made?
I didn't play that one either.
Did you?
You really like his games? Big fan.
Did you like Black and White?
Yeah. Pokemon Black and White is a great game.
Yeah, he didn't make that one.
Oh.
Did you like the God game Black and White?
I didn't play that one either.
Okay. So,
I like the concept of what they're going for here, if I'm being honest. I like the idea of the whole, you control every aspect of this town that you're building up, and then the fact that you can possess them and then go and actually fight off these hordes of things that are attacking the town and all of that. I like the loaf of bread weapon, and it feels like a Peter Molyneux game, let's be damn honest. Like, you can feed them bugs, you can feed them rats. Like, it's very much like a, yeah, but why would I? But you can. Like, if you want to, you can. So,
when I was watching this, and I realized this afterwards, what I realized is that, how in movies and TV shows they have the fake game, and you see the fake game and they're doing stuff in that's what this game looks like. It looks like the fake game that nobody wants to actually play the game that they see. That's what this game is.
Yeah, this is the fake game that the main character's little brother's playing in the background. Yeah. It again, like
they're fixed.
Damn, it does. You're
right. It really does, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does. Damn. Okay, yeah. I respect that observation.
I'm down for a bread sod though.
Are you interested in it at all?
Again, I like the concept. I think it's interesting, but like the look of it, I'm not that big of a fan of it. And again, I hate to dwell on that name, but that name is getting changed so fast.
Masters of Albion.
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
You don't think? You don't think trying to set his game in the Albion universe of Fable?
No, because it's not. It's not Fable's universe.
Not just Fable's universe.
No, they don't own Albion.
No, but so copyright law and things like that are very shady around this kind of stuff. But like, if you have a completely different, like, tonally different game from each other, you can. Like, there's a game called Albion Online, which is an MMO, which is clearly not linked to Fable. This is kind of leaning towards Fable-esque a bit too much for my liking.
Nah, that's fine.
In no way. Like, you can't do it over tonally. Like, if they wanted to combat against this, they would have had to at least try to combat against anything that uses Albion. Whether they were like pushed it hard or whether they were successful, they would have had to at least try. They've never tried. I don't think even if they wanted to, they could. And even then, I don't think they would, because who cares?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Also, in general, I don't like the name. I don't think it's a great name.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Do you like the idea of a Squid Game? Name game?
Nailed it. Nailed it. Game?
Well, one's been announced. It's a Netflix game. It didn't look great, if I'm being totally honest. It's weird because they could have nailed this. They could have nailed this as like they should have went and got the Fall Guys team and said, hey, make a Squid Games game.
It would have, they would have had to go, the Epic would have cost too much for them.
Yeah, that's an Epic game now, so yeah. I mean, Epic could 100% milk Squid Game levels in Fortnite.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
No.
Yeah, again, Netflix games are just weird to me because I don't know. Apart from JoJo, because she's a weirdo. But she's the only person I know that plays Netflix games. Anyone else? You play? Do you play a Netflix game?
Yeah, I play a ton of Netflix games. Like, I've got games on my phone that I play all the time. But yeah, this again, without sounding too disparaging, 100% looks like a mobile game, which is what it's going to be.
Yeah, which it is.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't look exciting. It very much looks like we've got this license. Let's see what we can get out of it, rather than like, here's a really cool concept that we definitely think is going to do well. It feels like an excuse to use the license rather than the excuse to make a good game, if that makes
100%.
sense. Yeah.
Yep, totally agree. Next up, and we're going to blast through the few of these before we get to the end because I'm absolutely shattered. Arena Breakout Infinite is coming later this year. This was the extraction shooter. I didn't think it looked that great, if I'm being totally honest. Lack of movement, lack of peeking around corners. Wasn't impressed with this one at all. Crash?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It didn't look super clean, but this is out in early access currently, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think anything I've seen of this game has sold me on it. I don't think this inched me more towards trying it either.
Despawn?
Yeah. No, I mean, I like it feels like they're kind of leaning into the co-op element of it all a bit more. But yeah, no, not really massively a fan of this one.
Fair enough. Then we got Blizzard obviously showed off Diablo Vessels of Hatred. We got the new reveal trailer for that. It looked good. I like the idea. I don't think it can get me to go back because I need people to go back with to play that type of game. Yeah. But I'm happy for Diablo fans who are waiting for more content because they are going to get more content. And then the next two big ones we'll do Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We got our release date for this game. It is releasing December 9th on the PC and Xbox Series X/S. Got to see more gameplay from that. I like everything I see of this game more and more and more. All of the information coming out of Gamescom as well is saying that this game is going to be very, very special from what I'm hearing. Yeah. And then, the weird thing that Xbox decided to do was, in addition to showing off the game and giving us a release date on Xbox, they have announced that it is also coming to PlayStation and will be releasing spring 2025. Again, I think we'll have a deeper, meaningful, more conversation about this next week when we record on Tuesday, boys. But I just don't get it. And I'm not angry. I just don't understand Xbox anymore. I've been doing this podcast a really long time, and as much as I've not agreed with Xbox's marketing most of the time, as much as I've not been happy with some of the decisions that have been made, this one might confuse me the most. What? Go on.
I kind of like the only avenue that I can see this for. This is Xbox has made a very big push for being a pro gamer, like pro consumer to a degree company, right? It is a pro consumer move to announce that, hey, we're announcing this game. It's going to come out exclusive at first. Eventually it will come out to PlayStation. Because imagine if the only reason you buy an Xbox is because of this game. That's great for Xbox as a platform, and you can argue the point there. That's a whole different discussion, right? But if you're trying to be a pro-consumer company, letting the consumers know that it will be available on a different platform in a set amount of time, I think is the most pro-consumer move you could make. I think that's the best argument you could have for this announcement.
Sure. I think my issue with it is, and I think you summed it up very well, I think just my issue with it is now anybody who does have a Xbox, right, and a PlayStation, but they prefer trophies, and now not going to purchase the game until it comes out in the spring, right? So when this game comes out and we see it not do well, and then everyone's like, Xbox is dead. It's like, well, no, but they told everyone who has a PlayStation is waiting.
Yeah.
And it has that negative connotation of like, oh, Xbox can't sell their own games. I just don't like it. Obviously, I don't like the changes in the industry. I've been very vocal about that. I just, because again, there was an interview with Phil Spencer again. I think we'll talk about it in more detail next week. But like, even the way he's saying things are like, oh yeah, but the industry's changing. We got to change. Everyone's changing. Not everybody is changing, Phil. Just Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
We're not seeing Nintendo games come to Xbox or Nintendo games come to PlayStation. We're not seeing PlayStation games come to Xbox or PlayStation games go to Nintendo. We are just seeing games go to Xbox, go to PlayStation and Nintendo. And what? Go on.
We are seeing a PlayStation game coming to PC into Switch in the future with the Lego Horizon.
The Lego game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's one.
Yeah, it all starts with one. It's got to start somewhere.
Well, we started with 4 on Xbox, and now we've got 5.
Yeah, and I mean, I was saying this at Gamescom as well. Like, Blade is 100% coming to PlayStation now.
100%.
Yeah, but to argue against your statement about it started with 4, it didn't start with 4. Yeah,
go on.
It didn't start with 4. It started with Minecraft Dungeon. Whatever you want to say about Minecraft and Minecraft's everywhere. Minecraft Dungeon was
before that as well. It happened before that as well. Yeah. I just don't think this was the way to do it. I have no problem with them. I have no problem with them even putting a press release out with it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. But to do it on stage, front and center,
on the big stage for Xbox players who are excited for this game back in their studios. You know, I know again tribalism, football team sort of thing is dumb, and I do agree. But I just don't see why this couldn't. How many times do we see PlayStation will come out with something and be like, oh yeah, it's coming to PC as well, but in a press release afterwards, they wouldn't dare put it on a stage where they've paid for the bloody marketing for it to do that.
I think, that's the big difference in the way that PlayStation and Xbox talk. Very much PlayStation are, also, I guess Sony, we'll call them, are very much brand first rather than consumer. So it's like, what sets PlayStation in the best light? And then, we can also, like you say, in a press release, we're like, oh, yeah, it's also coming to PC or whatever. Yeah. Whereas Xbox are very much the opposite way around. Is very, like, again, kind of leaning into what Crash does, is like, it feels like a pro-consumer move in the fact, like, putting it front and center is saying, this is going to be wherever you are playing. And again, I guess it's a weird one. I think I saw another... Forgive me if I'm wrong. I've not watched it. I've just been reading it. But I'm pretty sure the way that Phil has been speaking recently is very much sounding like the 63 billion or however much it was now is the only pressing matter for Microsoft at the moment.
Yeah,
it's like,
he very much
do
come out and
whatever
said
you
that.
say. It's basically like, do whatever you need to get that money back as quick as possible. And this feels like those kind of moves.
Yeah, but once the genie's out the bottle, it's not going back in. Fredo's not going back down to 10p, Despawn, you know? You understand what I'm saying. Fredo's never going down to 10p again. It's going to cost 25p.
But what about the Tazzers? Are they still 10?
The Tazzers, they killed Tazzers. They went. We're talking about Chocolate Crash. Sorry, you don't understand the reference.
Got it.
Like I say, we'll talk about it more next week, but... very interesting. And then last but not least, the Mafia, the Old Country has been announced. This was the Opening Night Live's One More Thing. It is Hangar 12's next project. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I do enjoy Mafia. Didn't enjoy the last Mafia because it launched in terrible state, if you remember.
Mafia 3.
Like cars were floating around the maps and things like that. So couldn't get behind that one. But Mafia 1 and 2, phenomenal. And the Mafia 1 remake, amazing.
Which has just gone into Game Pass as well, I believe.
I think so. Yeah. I think you're right. So, but yeah, very excited for this new Mafia game. If you remember, one of my first press packages I ever got was a Mafia. I don't know if some people will remember this. I had a big Mafia box they sent and I had a keyboard in it. I got Mafia tumblers and everything. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, man. That is Open Night Live. That is everything that was shown at the showcase. There are a bunch of questions that we got. We're going to answer them on next week's show because I am absolutely knackered. I'm sure Despawn is as well. Crash can't see, so we can't even read the questions. So everything else we will talk about next week on next week's podcast. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. What do you have to plug, Despawn? You must have been working on a lot of stuff.
No, not really. No, I'm going to plug the Future Game Show. I'm doing Matt's job for him for a change since he died from terrible snake bites. Basically, yeah, go watch the Future Game Show coverage of Gamescom. We did 3 showcases for this one. So we did the FGS Summer Showcase, and then we did 2 live from Gamescom showcases, which I helped edit. So yeah, go check that out and comment on how great the editing is, so they'll take me back again next year. But yeah, no, go check them out on FGS or Future Game Show on YouTube.
Crash.
When's the last time you checked podcasts in the UK?
I can't tell if there's a new one or not.
It should show you if there's a new one.
No, I have one in front of me from the 2nd of August, but I can't remember the last time we checked.
I don't remember. We checked sometime recently, but it might have been like longer than 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have any new ones over here. Why? Do you?
We got 2 new ones over here.
Oh, here we go.
From the first one, the first one is from Lane Harrison. August 13th review, 5 stars.
Okay.
Great Xbox podcast. The love for Miami. Great show. Look forward to listening every week. Xbox has a great 18 months ahead. Does have a very good slate of games coming.
I agree. I do agree. The slate of games coming are very good the next 18 months. I just wish they were only on Xbox.
And then the second review, and now this review is going to get to my head. I just want you guys to know that.
Oh, there we go.
It's a 5-star review, August 16th from EBGBs. Fresh is the most valued, and then the rest cuts off and ... So I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm assuming he says the most valued co-host is my headcanon of it. MVP just for his Everwild at Opening Night Live prediction. That's the whole review. Unfortunately, that prediction was not correct at all.
No,
it was not.
Not even close. Wow. Go on.
0 points. all across the board for anybody who stuck around this long. I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. 0 points across the board.
0 points. Yeah, you can find me everywhere at MCFixer. Come and follow me over on Twitch if you have not. You also should catch me over on the Ubisoft channel next week, playing a little game. You may have heard of it. It's called Star Wars Outlaws. So you'll be able to watch me play that through the entire story, or I say the entire story from 3, 6, 9, 12 hours of it, maybe something like that. So if you want to come check out the game without spending any money, come check me out over there. I'll be live. So yes. Boys, thank you very much for joining us once again. Until next time, we will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Good boys.